I just went on YouTube. We on YouTube too, y'all. No cap. We gonna start the masterclass at 5K. Come on, tap the screen. That that way it's gonna get people notification. Down with the burgies. I'm gonna give y'all a masterclass today. You heard? We got y'all. We gonna start at 5K, y'all. Y'all ready to learn? YouTube, can y'all hear me? What's up? Prototype. We got a masterclass for y'all today. Y'all can hear me on TikTok and YouTube. You feel me? YouTube, can y'all hear a real nigga? Alright, yeah, loud and clear, say no more. We lit. Y'all be saying audio been tripping. Gotta make sure y'all can hear this. Y'all gonna need to hear this. You feel me? We starting in probably like 5 minutes. When we get like 5K on TikTok, we got 4K, 4.5. We about to start. You feel me? I need y'all to pay attention, cause I'm telling y'all, this is y'all see what's on the screen. How was narcissist manufacture a version of you, and why you mistook it for yourself. I'm about to break this shit down. You feel me? Like, it's dark psychology. Okay? Pay attention. I'm gonna paint this picture for you. Okay? Class is in session. We gonna start soon, though. I just need y'all to tap that screen. You feel me? This is you feel me? This is a preview masterclass. We got another master. We got two master classes coming. Y'all gotta attend the event. Y'all gotta go look at my events. I put it. We're gonna have two master classes later today. So I'm about to give y'all a free master class, but the shit y'all wanna hear later is gonna be in the event later. That's today. So y'all go look on my page. It's an event. You know what I'm saying? Look at my story. I put it. You said why I don't show my face? I did show my face like 3-4 days ago. You just think I don't know where you was at. I should show my face like 3-4-5 days ago. You just don't be catching the lives. You feel me? Come to the school community, you can see my face. That's what they always see. Come in the community, you want to see my face. We be on Zoom all the time. Come to the community. No school community, link in my bio. That's what you feel me? Real assets be. But if I don't show my face, that means I got some shit to say. That means you need to listen and lock in. You feel me? You said Facebook. I'm gonna start going back on Facebook. Yeah, I got y'all. I used to go on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Right now, we just on TikTok and YouTube, though. Y'all ready, though? Y'all ready to hear this? Let's go. I'm gonna get y'all this. You feel me? Let's get it. If y'all ready, give me the green light. Put a Christmas tree. You see on Facebook every day? Yeah. I be posting on Facebook. You feel me? That's what I'm saying, bro. Be trying to tell them, Trey, they gotta lock in. They gotta pay attention, gang. Cut. You see, you niggas be showing their face, bro. You feel me? Alright, y'all, look. Y'all see what's on the screen, y'all. We got like 8 chapters. But the master classes in the event today, they're gonna have 10 chapters, bonus chapters. Maybe even more chapters. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. We got so much to talk about, but let's get it. Y'all ready? Alright, look. Y'all see what's on the screen is how us narcissists manufacture a version of you and why you mistook it for yourself, okay? That's the lesson, okay? Now, I told y'all we got like 7 chapters, probably like 7, 8 chapters. So lock in. This is chapter 1, okay? Put on YouTube. Make sure y'all can hear me. We good, YouTube? I know TikTok, y'all can hear me. I got my mic closed. I gotta make sure y'all hear this before we start. And on TikTok, y'all just keep tapping the screen, alright? Keep tapping the screen as we talk, because they gonna need to hear this. Share the live. We about to drop gems, alright? Class in session. I got y'all. Pay attention to every word. If y'all need me to repeat something, let me know, okay? About to be the master class. This is in the school community, okay? Send the CTU, school community. Told you already. Now, this is how we manufacture a version of you and why you swore it was the real you. That's basically what this is about, okay? I'm going to say something that might make you uncomfortable, okay? See, what you experienced with us was not a relationship problem. It was identity interference. You hear me? It wasn't a relationship problem. It was identity interference. Most people talk about narcissists like we're chaotic, we're impulsive, or just toxic. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's surface level, y'all. That's surface level shit. What actually happens is far more precise. Far more precise, okay? We don't come into your life to control you. We come to re-author you. You hear me? I'm going to give y'all some real psychology tonight, okay? The deeper meaning behind all these words that y'all be hearing, bro. Listen. We come to re-author you. You hear me? And the reason you didn't see it coming is because the process doesn't feel violent. You feel me? It don't feel violent. It feels familiar. Let me explain how this really works, okay? When we meet you, we are not attracted to your confidence. We are attracted to your flexibility, your ability to adjust, your ability to self-correct, your ability to empathize, your empathy to rationalize, your empathy to internalize blame. You hear me? You think those are virtues. No. To us, they are entry points. You feel me? To us, they are entry points. You know what I'm saying? The first thing we do is not love bomb you, y'all. That's a myth. I'm telling y'all, it's so much shit I'm telling y'all, bro. Listen, this is what we actually do first. What we actually do first is neutralize your internal compass. I'm giving y'all psychology. You hear me? Internal compass. Y'all look up that word, okay? We neutralize your internal compass. We ask questions that sound deep, but they aren't for connection, y'all. They're for calibration. You hear me? We want to know what makes you doubt yourself, where you seek validation. You know what I'm saying? What you forgive too easily, what you normalize that you shouldn't, what you fear losing more than your self-respect. Because once we know that, we don't have to dominate you. We let you dominate yourself. You hear me? For everybody coming in, y'all just in time, y'all. Tap the screen, share the live. This is the masterclass. This one masterclass, the free masterclass, and then we got another. We got two more masterclasses. Go on my page and check out for the event. That's gonna happen in 2, 3 more hours. We got two masterclasses for y'all. So listen, y'all, just in time. This chapter one. We got like 7, 8 chapters. Okay. Listen, just tap the screen, lock in, y'all. Listen to this shit. I need y'all to hear me every word. That's why I'm not showing my face. Every word. Okay. Listen. Like I said, what we actually do first is neutralize your internal compass. We ask questions that sound deep, but they aren't for connection, y'all. They're for calibration. We want to know this. What makes you doubt yourself? Where you seek validation? What you forgive too easily? What you normalize that you shouldn't? What you fear losing more than your self-respect? You hear me? See, because once we know that, we don't have to dominate you. I said, we let you dominate yourself. Okay, y'all with me? Here's the part that nobody explains. See, we don't tell you who to be, okay? We don't tell you who to be. We create emotional consequences that teach you who to stop being. We created emotional consequences that teach you who to stop being. When you express anger and we withdraw, your nervous system learns this. Anger costs connection. When you ask for reassurance and we minimize it, your nervous system learns this. Needs create distance. When you sense something is wrong and we deny it, your nervous system learns this. Trusting myself destabilizes the bond. You hear me? That's not manipulation through force, y'all. That's conditioning through survival. I told y'all, you was conditioned. That's why I be trying to tell y'all you're not crazy. You feel me? You're not crazy, man. I'm telling y'all some stuff that y'all know this, but it's psychology, okay? I'm just breaking it down deeper, okay? So your body gonna catch it. It's gonna catch up, okay? Just stay with me. See, look, like I said, when you ask for reassurance and we minimize it, your nervous system learns needs creates distance. When you sense something is wrong and we deny it, your nervous system learns trusting myself destabilize the bond. That's not manipulation, y'all. That's conditioning through survival. Over time, a version of you emerges that doesn't ask, doesn't confront, doesn't trust instincts, doesn't challenge its inconsistencies. It doesn't take up emotional space. And the most dangerous part is this, y'all. That version of you works. The relationship becomes calmer. The chaos decreases. The tensions drops. So your body thinks this is healing. Your body thinks this is healing, but it's not. It's compression. It's compression, y'all. You weren't becoming healthier. You were becoming easier to manage. You hear me? You was becoming easier to manage. See, and here's where the identity split happens, y'all. There is the original you, and there is the regulated for survival you, okay? I want y'all to hear me. Y'all heard me? I said there is the original you, and there is the regulated for survival you. The regular version, y'all gotta understand, the regular version gets rewarded with this. Affection, warmth, approval, stability, closeness. The original version gets punished with distance, confusion, silence, emotional coldness, and withdrawal. So eventually, without realizing it, you start abandoning yourself before we even have to. You anticipate, you soften, you rationalize, you explain us to ourselves, you defend us to other people, to your friends, to your family. At that point, we're not controlling you. You're maintaining the system yourself. Y'all with me? Y'all get me going? That's why leaving felt impossible, y'all, because you don't just leave a person. You leave the version of yourself that was built to survive them. And when that version collapses, it feels like anxiety. It feels like emptiness. It feels like guilt. It feels like grief. It feels like panic. It feels like disorientation. You think you're missing them. No, you're not. You're missing the identity that kept you safe inside the bond. And that's why people say, I don't know who I am anymore. Listen, you do. You just haven't lived as them in a long time. You feel me? That person never left you. You feel me? In the next chapter, I'm going to explain something even darker, y'all. You feel me? Like, why we know exactly when you stop being usable. I explained this yesterday too, but listen, y'all. It's called why we know exactly When you stop being usable before you do, and what shifts inside us the moment that happens, okay? If this chapter already shook you, stay, y'all. It gets darker and sharper from here, okay? Listen, y'all. If y'all ready for chapter 2, put a Christmas tree. This only one masterclass. It's bro. We got 2 masterclasses today. Y'all need to attend the event. Y'all better be there. Y'all think this one? This. Let's just finish this, okay? I need y'all to hear this, cause this shit dark. Okay. You said we not capable of feeling. Hey, y'all ready for chapter 2? We got 6, 7 chapters. I think it's one lesson. That's the lesson is on the screen. It's a masterclass, y'all. All right, it's all correlated with each other daily. You feel me? Y'all can hear me on YouTube though. We straight. TikTok. All right, this is chapter 2, y'all. The exact moment we know you are no longer usable. Okay. I just did a full masterclass about this. Like just this alone, this topic alone, like 2 days ago, I think, y'all. Some of y'all was there. But look, you said get to it. Relax. Sit down. You in class. Sit down. You about to go to the back of the class. If you can't sit still, lower your conscious. This is class. This is a space where you gotta be patient, y'all. This is class, okay? This is like, you feel me? This is not one of them ones. You feel me? You gotta sit down and listen, okay? We got empaths and dark empaths in here. They got their notes ready for this. You feel me? No cap. Listen, y'all. This is the exact moment we know you are no longer usable. Okay? Now, I'm not stalling. You just new here. You feel me? I got you. You just new here. And that's cool. Welcome. Sit down in the back of the class. Raise your hand if you got a question, okay? Now, listen. This is chapter 2, okay? The exact moment we know you are no longer usable, y'all. I'm going to tell you something most narcissists would never admit out loud, okay? Listen. We always know before you do. You hear me? You think this shit happens when you pull away, when you set a boundary, when you stop reacting, or when you detach emotionally. No, that is not the moment, y'all. Okay? The moment we know you are no longer usable happens internally, long before you change anything externally. Okay? Figgy, I'm making you a mod right now, okay? Remember what I told you? You feel me? Put their ass in timeout. You can pin comments. You can pin people comments. If they say something in the comments, special or whatever, you can pin it. If they say negative, mute them and block them. You know what to do. Timeout. If y'all interrupt the chat, you're getting put in timeout. You feel me? This is education, y'all. You're getting put in timeout, okay? So behave in this motherfucking classroom and just listen. Like I said, I'm going to tell y'all something. Most narcissists would never say out loud, okay? We always know before you do. You think the shift happens when you pull away, when you set a boundary, when you stop reacting, or when you detach emotionally. No, that is not the moment, y'all. The moment we know you are no longer usable happens internally, long before you change anything you do externally. Okay, y'all? You feel me? Listen. See, I'm gonna explain this clearly, okay? Listen, y'all. The moment we know you are no longer usable happens internally. Like I said, long before you change anything externally, it happens when your emotional reactions stop feeding our internal regulation system. You hear me? That's when it happens, okay? See, let me explain this. Most people think narcissists want control for ego, dominance, or power. That is incomplete, okay? That's surface level talking, okay? What we actually want is predictability of emotional supply. Okay, predictability of emotional supply, y'all. We regulate ourselves through your reactions, your tears, your confusions, your explanations. When you explaining with us, your forgiveness, your emotional labor, your attempt to understand us. You feel me? That this is regulate us. I'm telling you out of psychology, man. Those reactions do something very specific for us, y'all. See, they stabilize our internal chaos. I told y'all we thrive in chaos, our internal chaos. You feel me? As long as you react in a way that keeps us emotionally centered, guess what? You are usable, okay? You are usable. I'm gonna say that again for my empaths, my dark empaths, man. Look, as long as you react in a way that keeps us emotionally centered, you are usable. Okay. See, the second your reaction stop doing that, something breaks inside of us. Not anger at first, y'all. Not rage. Not discard. It's disorientation. You hear me? Disorientation. It's a lot of new people in here, y'all. We're giving a masterclass, okay? Tap the screen, follow me. Y'all just in time. So I want to let y'all know, y'all. This chapter 2, we got like 6, 7 chapters, okay? So just tap the screen, follow me, and lock in. Sit down in the classroom, take your notes. I got y'all. Pay attention. You in here for a reason. It's alignment. Now look, I'm gonna say that again for everybody. Okay? I'm gonna say that what I just said. You hear me? Let me explain this. It says the moment we know you are no longer usable happens internally long before you change anything externally, okay y'all? See, it happens when your emotional reactions stop feeding our internal regulation system. And let me explain this clearly. You hear me? Most people think narcissists want control for ego, dominance, or power, y'all. That is incomplete, okay? What we actually want is predictability of emotional supply. We regulate ourselves through your reactions. When I say this part, this is what I really need y'all to hear, okay? I told y'all, like I said, we regulate ourselves through your reactions, okay? Through your reactions. Literally. Through your reactions, y'all. Your tears, your confusion, your explanations, your forgiveness, your emotional labor, your attempts to understand us. This is how we regulate ourselves. Those reactions do something very specific for us. They stabilize our internal chaos. So, as long as you react in a way that keeps us emotional centered, you are usable. You feel me? The second your reaction stop doing that, something breaks inside of us. Like I said, y'all, not anger at first, not rage, not discard, disorientation. Okay, here is the moment it happens, y'all. See, you respond calmly to something that used to hurt you. You stop over explaining. You stop chasing clarity. You stop defending yourself. You stop trying to prove your value. You stop emotionally escalating. You get what I'm saying? And instead of relief, we feel something close to panic because your nervous system is no longer syncing to ours. You hear me? At that moment, we feel something we cannot tolerate, and it's called loss of influence. Not loss of love, not loss of attraction, loss of regulation. You hear me? You are no longer stabilizing us. You get what I'm saying? And this is where people misunderstand narcissistic behavior. See, we do not discard because we stop caring, y'all. We discard because you stop functioning as a regulator. You stop functioning as a regulator. That's why we discard you. Your calm feels threatening. Your neutrality feels unsafe. Your emotional distance feels like abandonment, even if you are still present. You feel me? Okay. Listen, y'all. Here's the part nobody talking about, okay? We often escalate after you heal, not before, y'all. We provoke. We bait. We test. We push old wounds. We introduce chaos. Why? Because we are trying to see if we can still pull you back into the version of you that regulate us. You feel me? Don't let this go over your head. This masterclass is deep, bro. I need to really hear this. The ones that's getting this stuff on the first try, like, y'all know what I'm saying. Shit's deep. Oh my God. Look, y'all. I'm gonna say this. Like, we often escalate after you heal, not before, okay? We provoke. We bait. We test. We push old wounds. We introduce chaos. Why? Because we are trying to see if we can still pull you back into the version of you that regulated us. If you react emotionally, even negatively, we feel relief. Anger is still supply, y'all. Pain is still supply, y'all. Confusion is still supply, y'all. Indifference is not. Indifference is not. Indifference is psychological death to a narcissist, y'all. That's why I say indifferent is psychology, man. That's why when you finally detach, the behavior gets strange. Sudden affection now. Sudden apologies, right? Sudden vulnerability. Sudden nostalgia. You feel me? Sudden accountability that feels almost convincing. It is not growth, y'all. It's called system repair. It's called system repair. We are trying to reboot the dynamic where you regulated us again, like I said. And if that fails, something flips. We stop seeing you as a source. We start seeing you as a mirror now. And mirrors are dangerous to us. That's like holding something to our face. We gotta take accountability and see ourselves. Feel me? You feel me? We hate mirrors. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, man. Because mirrors reflect like what we have been avoiding. Our emptiness, our dependency, our lack of internal self-regulation, our fear of being emotionally self-contained. So once you stop being usable, one or two things happen, y'all. Once you stop being usable, one or two things gonna happen. Either we try to break you back into function, or we detach to protect ourselves from exposure. This is why some narcissists leave suddenly, and this is why some become cruel. That is why some smear. That is why some disappear without closure. Not because you were weak, but because you became psychologically incompatible with the role that we needed you to play. You feel me? And here's the part I need you to hear clearly. See, you did not lose value. You outgrew the function. Okay? In this next chapter, I'm going to explain something even more unsettling, y'all. Why we punish you for becoming self-regulated and why your healing feels like betrayal to us. Y'all want this chapter? Chapter 3? Put a Christmas tree, man. Put a Christmas tree. Y'all ready? Make sure y'all tap the screen, though, y'all. I got y'all. I see him. All right. Like I said, this is chapter 3. Why your healing feels boring to us, okay? Why? I'm gonna tell you why. See, look, I'm going to say this plainly, y'all. When you heal, we do not experience as growth, y'all. We experience as betrayal. Not because you did something wrong, but because your healing removes a role we depended on and never admitted we needed, okay? Because your healing removes a role we depended on and never admitted we needed. We never admitted that. Let me explain the psychology behind this, not the surface behavior, okay? Y'all know I give the psychology behind this shit because it's lived experience, y'all. I lived this shit, man. See, most narcissists do not experience relationships the way healthy people do. No, not the way y'all healthy people do. Y'all empath, no. We do not bond primarily through mutuality, no. We bond through functional attachment. Look up that word, y'all. Write in the comments if y'all need to, man. Functional attachment. That's what we bond through. Okay? Meaning this. You are attached to what you provide, not just who you are. Okay? Your empathy, your emotional availability, your forgiveness, your willingness to self-abandon, your tolerance for confusion, your capacity to stay when things do not make sense. Okay? You feel me? I'm telling y'all, see, those traits become structural supports in our internal system, though, okay? You are not just a partner, y'all. You are a stabilizer, a translator, a container, a regulator, a buffer between us and our emotional emptiness. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the part nobody prepares you for. See, when you heal, you do not just remove access to you, you expose the fact that we never were standing on our own, y'all. Your boundaries are not experienced as boundaries to us, they are experienced as collapse of support. Your calm is not experienced as peace, it is experienced as abandonment. That's how I feel. Your clarity is not experienced as growth, it's experienced as a threat. Because healing makes something undeniable, y'all, that we were leaning on you in ways we never acknowledge. And narcissists do not handle dependency well, y'all. We survive by believing we are self-sufficient, superior, and in control all the time. Your healing challenges that illusion. You hear me? Your healing challenges that illusion because suddenly we feel dysregulated. You hear me? Restless, irritated, agitated, empty, unsettled. You feel me? We cannot say why, y'all. So we do what the nervous system does under threat. We look for the cause, and the cause becomes you. The cause becomes you. This is why, like healing is often followed by punishment, okay? This is why healing is often followed by punishment, coldness, withholding, criticism, passive aggression, sudden detachment, or emotional cruelty disguised as honesty. See, that is not random, y'all. This is not random. It is an unconscious attempt to restore balance, y'all. If we can make you anxious again, if we can make you explain again, if we can make you doubt again, if we can make you chase again, guess what? Then the old system comes back online, okay? You regulate us again. We feel stable again, and guess what? The threat disappears. Now here's the darker side, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, here's the darker side. See, I'm gonna say the darker layer. Some narcissists escalate not to get you back, but to punish you for leaving the role. Because in our mind, you broke an unspoken contract. I tell y'all this every day. You broke an unspoken contract that you didn't even know you motherfucking signed. You get what I'm saying? You were supposed to say, you know what I mean? You were supposed to stay. You were supposed to understand. You were supposed to absorb. You were supposed to carry what we could not. You my regulator. Your healing feels like abandonment of duty. You hear me? Abandonment of duty. Okay? This is why you hear phrases like you change. You are cold now. You think you better than me? You are selfish. You are fake. You forgot where you came from. You're a narcissist. Those are not insults. They are grief responses, okay? Grief over the loss of assets, the loss of control. I gotta make you feel like how I'm feeling right now. Shit. My ego won't allow me to just sit like this, okay? Listen, because y'all look, I need y'all to understand me. Look, narcissists struggle with vulnerability, grief, okay? Grief turns into control. Narcissists struggle with vulnerability, and grief turns into control. Okay? And control, guess what? Control turns into punishment. This is also why some narcissists rewrite the story after you heal. They say you were the problem all along. They minimize what they did. They exaggerate your flaws. They recruit others to validate their version. Because if they can convince themselves and others that you were bad, then your healing is no longer threatening to them. It becomes proof that you were never worthy, which protects their ego from facing the truth. You get what I'm saying? That they lost something valuable because they could not meet you where you grew. So here's what I need you to understand deeply, okay? Your healing did not destroy the relationship. It destroyed dysfunctional dependency. That's what it destroyed, dysfunctional dependency. And that dependency was never love, okay? It was survival, okay? In this next chapter, I'm going to explain something that will hit even harder, y'all. Why we create multiple versions of you in our mind, and how one of them versions is designed to keep you trapped even after we are gone. Y'all ready? Put a Christmas tree. Tap that screen to follow me. Y'all want this one? I'm telling you, this should get dark. Woo! There's only one master. Y'all make sure y'all attend the master class we got later on at 11:30 Central Time. Make sure y'all attend the event. It's 2 master classes in there, y'all. Attend it. I'm gonna be there. Make sure y'all come. 11:30 Central Time. Attend 2 master classes. Like this, I'm just giving y'all a free one for this little warm up, okay? But the one I got for y'all later is more chapters and way better. Some dark shit. Now, y'all ready? See, this is chapter 4, okay? The multiple version of you we create and the one that keeps you trapped, okay? This is chapter 4. I'm going to say that again, y'all. The multiple versions of you that we create and the one that keeps you trapped, all right? Now, listen to me. This is one of the least talked about mechanisms in narcissistic psychology, okay? I don't see nobody talking about this shit. Listen, because it explains something survivors struggle to articulate. I got y'all. Why you feel split, okay? Why you feel confused. Why you feel different versions of you existed in the same relationships. Why you miss someone you don't even recognize anymore. So here's the truth. We did not relate to you as one whole person, y'all. We fragment you. You feel me? Not consciously, not maliciously at first, but structurally, because narcissists struggle to integrate because People as complex whole beings, you know what I'm saying? Because narcissists struggle to integrate people as complex, as human beings, as whole beings. We don't look at y'all like that. We relate to parts, not wholes. So over time, we manufacture multiple versions of you in our mind. Each version serves a different psychological function, and one of them is designed to keep you emotionally attached long after we are gone, okay? Let me break this down clearly, okay? See, this is version one, y'all. I need y'all to be with me. Follow me. This is class and session, okay? So masterclass. Version one, okay? They idolize you. This is the version created during love bombing, okay? This is like the you feel seen, the chosen, the special, the rare one. We attach meaning to version. See, you are the one who understands us, the one who gets us, the one who sees our potential, the one who feels like home. But here's the key, see, this version is not built from who you are. It's built from what we need to see in order to feel whole. We project our unmet needs onto you. Safety, validation, mirroring, belonging, and worth, okay? You become the symbol of emotional completion. This is why the bond forms so fast. You are not bonding to us, you are bonding to the idea of who you become in our presence. You are not bonding to us, okay? You are bonding to the idea of who you become in our presence. Now, this is version 2, y'all. They are regulating you. This version emerges quietly. This is the you who calms us, explains things gently. You wait. You forgive. You overfunction emotionally. This version absorbs tension, smooths conflict, holds space, and makes excuses. We depend on this version more than we admit because this is the version that keeps our inner chaos from like spilling over. The regulator. You become emotional infrastructure. You feel me? And the most, it's like the more you like regulate us, the less we learn to regulate ourselves, which increases dependency. But we never acknowledge it. Okay, we never acknowledge it. Now this is version 3, y'all. This is the disappointing you. This version appears the moment you assert boundaries, you need or you need autumn. This is when you stop aligning perfectly with our internal narrative. Now you're difficult, cold, you demanding, you confusing, you appreciative, y'all. This version allows you to justify withdrawal, criticism, or punishment. Because once you are disappearing, we do not have to feel guilty to hurting you. You know what I'm saying? We tell ourselves you change, but in reality, you stop performing a role. Okay? That's what it is. Version 4, this the devalue you. This version is created to protect our ego, to devalue you. This is where we minimize your worth. We downplay your impact. We rewrite history. We reduce you to flaws, not because you become smaller, but because acknowledging your value would mean acknowledging what we lost. And narcissists avoid loss by rewrite. We gotta rewrite the reality, okay? Now this is version 5. They internalize you, okay? This is the most dangerous one, y'all. This is the version that lives inside you after the relationship ends. This version is not the real us. It's the internal voice we install through repetition, the doubt, the second guessing, the hypervigilance, the need to explain yourself, the urge to prove your worth. You know what I'm saying? This version questions your perceptions, minimizes your pain, romanticizes the good moments, and keeps you emotionally tethered. You know what I'm saying? This is why people say, I know they were bad for me, but I still miss them. I left, but I felt empty. I keep replaying conversations. I feel like I lost myself. You did not lose yourself, okay? You are still negotiating with an internalized version that was never fully yours. And I'm going to tell you why this keeps you stuck, see? Because healing requires integration, y'all. And narcissistic dynamics create fragmentation. So you're trying to heal one version of you while another version is still seeking approval. Another version is still waiting for closure. Another version is still defending the narcissist. That is not weakness, y'all. That is conditioning. You hear me? See, I'm going to tell you the exit point. Listen, freedom does not come from understanding the narcissist, okay? It comes from reclaiming all the fragmented versions of yourself and integrating them back into one identity. That process feels disorientating, it's lonely, it's quiet, it's empty at first because chaos was replaced with silence. And silence feels unfamiliar when your nervous system was trained on intensity. Okay? In this next chapter, I'm going to explain something critical, y'all. Why we attack your memory, we restore to reality and make you doubt what actually happened. This chapter explains gaslighting at the neurological level, okay? Y'all ready? Put a Christmas tree. Make sure y'all follow me and tap the screen. I'm gonna keep going. You feel me? Make sure y'all follow me and tap the screen, y'all, because we got two master classes today. Y'all want to get that notification, bro. Come to the event today, 11:30 Central Time. This the preview. Y'all make sure y'all come in there and attend the event, man. Attend the event. Two master classes. I'm dropping two of them. It's about to get dark. This is light work compared to what we got for real. All right. Now, look. This is chapter 5, okay? Why we attack your memory and make you doubt what actually happened, okay? See, this chapter explains the part that keeps people stuck long after the relationship ends, okay? That's what we talk about. This is what this part is. This chapter explains the part that keeps people stuck long after the relationship ends. See, most people think gaslighting is about lying, okay? It's not, y'all. Gaslighting is about destabilizing memory ownership. Put this in the comments, man. It might be too much words. Don't do that. Don't do it though. Just remember this. Destabilizing memory ownership. That's psychology, but that's what gaslighting is about. Destabilizing memory ownership. Let me explain this from the inside, okay? Narcissists do not need to convince you that something never happened, okay? What we need is for you to stop trusting your authority over your own experience, okay? Once that happens, you feel me? We do not have to argue anymore, okay? Your mind does the work for us. Your mind does the work for us, you feel me? Listen, here's how it actually works, okay? Listen, memory is not stored as facts first, okay? It's stored as emotion, y'all hear me? Memory is not stored as facts first, it's stored as an emotion, okay? And when something happens, your brain asks one question before anything else. Was this safe or unsafe? If we can interfere with that emotional tagging process, we can alter how the memory is accessed later. I'm telling y'all psychology, okay? You listen, y'all. I said if we can interfere with that emotional tagging process, we can alter how the memory is accessed later. Like I said, when something happens, this is human right here. Everybody. When something happens, your brain asks one question before anything else, y'all. Okay? Was this safe or unsafe? You feel me? Memory is not stored as a fact first. It's stored as an emotion. Remember that. If we can interfere with the emotional tagging process, with that one, we can alter how the memory is accessed later. So instead of denying reality outright, we do something more subtle. We reframe the emotional context of it. You say something hurt you. We did. Listen, y'all. I'm about to tell y'all. Listen. Say like you say something hurt you. We do not say it did not. We don't say it did not happen. Okay. We say you misunderstood. You took it the wrong way. You are being sensitive. You are projecting. You are reacting to trauma. You're reacting from trauma. You're emotional right now. Those statements do something very specific, okay? This is what they do. They shift the focus from the event to your internal state. I'm telling you psychology. Be with me. Those statements do something very specific, okay? They shift the focus from the event to your internal state. Now the memory is no longer about what happened. It becomes about whether you're reliable. This is the moment memory ownership begins to fracture. Okay? Because now every recollection, y'all, has to pass through a filter, y'all. Was it really that bad? Did I exaggerate? Am I remembering it wrong? Maybe I was triggered. Maybe they did not mean what I said. This is where people think they are losing their mind, y'all. You're not. They are not. Their brain is trying to reconcile two competing inputs. What they felt and what they are being told their feeling means. Over time, the brain prioritizes the input that preserves connection because attachment feels safer than isolation. So your nervous system learns something dangerous, okay? Doubting yourself keeps the bond intact. Trusting yourself threatens it. And once that association is made, gaslight becomes self-sustaining. It's over. You feel me? Now we trained you. You was conditioned that way. You don't even know. Feel me? That's what I'm telling y'all. That's how I be telling y'all. Be conditioned on everything we do, man. Okay. Woo. I'm telling y'all, man. Yeah, this shit crazy. Listen, y'all. Is y'all with me though? I'ma say this. Like I said, you gotta understand. Like y'all losing y'all mind over time. The brain prioritizes the input that preserves connection, y'all, because attachment feels safer than isolation. So your nervous system learns something dangerous that doubting yourself keeps the bond intact. Trusting yourself threatens it. Once that associate is made, gaslighting becomes self-sustaining, y'all. We do not need to repeat it constantly. You start doing it internally. You replay conversations, argue against yourself. You minimize what happened. You contextualize our behavior. You explain us to your own intuition. That is when the internalized narcissist is fully installed. So here's the part people really hear. See, we are not always conscious that we are doing this. Narcissists are protecting their internal narrative. If your memory stays intact, then our self image is threatened, okay? Because your memory contains accountability. So the nervous system chooses defense. We distort, we deflect, we confuse, we minimize. Not always maliciously, but consistently. Because acknowledging your reality would require us to sit with shame, responsibility, and loss of control. And narcissists are built to avoid those states at all costs. We'd rather die. I told y'all. This is why after you leave, your mind still feels unstable. Even when the person is gone, the memory distortion remains active. You ask yourself questions like, was it really abuse? Am I being dramatic? What if I misunderstood everything? Why am I like what if I'm the narcissist? What if am I being a narcissist? Why do I still miss them if they were so bad? Those questions are not evidence that you were wrong. They are evidence that your memory authority was repeatedly challenged. See, healing at this stage is not about remembering more. It's about reclaiming the right to trust your own recall. Okay? That means learning to sit with discomfort without seeking reassurance from the person who distorted your memory in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It means validating your experience without needing agreement. It means allowing memories to exist without reinterpreting them through their voice. This is why healing feels quiet and lonely at this stage because you are learning to stand alone with your perception again. You get what I'm saying? And that is something narcissistic systems never allow. Okay? In the next chapter, I'm going to explain something that shocks most people. Why we intentionally leave certain things unresolved and how unfinished conversations keep you emotionally accessible long after the relationship ends. Y'all want chapter 6? Put a Christmas tree. You feel me? Y'all ready for this? Y'all liking it? Y'all liking this masterclass? This is light, yo. We got so much stuff better than this. This is light compared to what we be talking. Man, but y'all need to hear this though. It's still good information though. It's very good information for sure. Don't take it lightly though. Like, but it's light. It's just light because we got so much. But this is very good though. Yeah, we could talk about this all the time, y'all. That's my life. You feel me? No cap. This stuff that I did. You feel me? All right, y'all. This is chapter 6. Why we leave things unfinished and how that keeps you emotionally accessible. Y'all ready? See, most people believe narcissists avoid closure because they are cruel, immature, or careless. See, this is not the full truth. They're not telling y'all. See, we avoid closure because unfinished emotional loops keeps assets alive. Let me explain this from the inside out, okay? Human beings are wired to resolve patterns. You hear me? When something ends cleanly, the nervous system completes the cycle and releases energy. When something ends abruptly, inconsistently, or ambiguously, the nervous system stays activated. See, that activation feels like anxiety. It feels like rumination, hope, confusion, longing, replaying conversations, imagining different outcomes, okay? We notice, like, initiatively, we notice. Like, intuitively, we notice. Like, we notice. So we do not end things clearly. You feel me? I'm telling y'all. We disappear mid conversation, y'all. We promise change without follow through. We leave doors open. We say maybe one day. We alternate between warmth and distance. We give partial accountability. We say just enough to keep you thinking. This is not accidental, y'all. An unsolved bond stays psychologically alive, and as long as it stays alive, you remain emotional accessible. You feel me? See, we do not need to be present to maintain influence, okay, y'all? Your mind does it for us, okay? You replay what you should have said. You imagine what you would say if you had another chance. You wait for clarity. You look for signs. You interpret silence. You analyze tone. You get what I'm saying? That internal dialogue keeps the connection intact without us lifting a finger. This is why people say, I feel like I never got closure. I just want one conversation. I need answers. I want to understand. Okay? No cap. But what you are actually wanting is completion, not explanation, okay? Narcissist dynamics are built to prevent completion, you hear me? We built to prevent that because completion equals release. Release equals loss of influence. So instead of closure, we leave you with fragments. Fragments, moments that almost made sense. Apologies that almost felt real. Vulnerability that almost felt genuine. Plans that almost happened. Love that almost stabilized. Almost is powerful, almost keeps hope alive. And hope is one of the strongest teachers there is. You get what I'm saying? Here's another layer people do not talk about, y'all. See, unfinished dynamics allow us to rewrite the story later, okay? If there was no clear ending, we can return, y'all. We could reframe, minimize, reinterpret, or pretend nothing happened. We can say, I was going through something. I wasn't ready back then. We both made mistakes. It wasn't that bad. You're remembering it wrong. See, ambiguity give us narrative flexibility, okay? And narcissists survive on narrative control, okay? Narcissists survive on narrative control. You hear me? See, this is what also why some of you feel a sudden emotional drop when you finally block them or you decide you are done. Not because you missed them, but because the loop finally closed and your nervous system is recalibrating to stillness. Stillness feels empty when your system was trained on intensity. So your brain mistakes emptiness for loss. But it's not loss, it's withdrawal from stimulation. This is why people relapse emotionally. They are not missing a person, they are missing the unresolved loop that kept their system activated. See, healing at this stage requires something uncomfortable. Letting the story end without answers. Letting meaning remain incomplete. Letting the other person hold their own confusion. See, choosing peace over narrative. This is when the bond actually dissolves. In the next chapter, I'm going to explain something even more confronting. Why narcissists often return after long periods of silence and what actually triggers a hoover. Y'all ready for that? Put a Christmas tree. Okay. Mm-hmm. The narcissistic collapse. Hell yeah. Let me take a hit of my Christmas tree, man. Tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen, y'all. We got 30K. I appreciate y'all tapping today. Y'all learning. Y'all locked in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all better not miss the event later. It's gonna be in two more. It's at 11:30. It's gonna be in an hour. Make sure y'all hit the second masterclass. You feel me? We're gonna be on TikTok live. You make sure YouTube y'all gonna have to come to TikTok for this, man. We gotta put an event. It's today. No, in an hour. I'm just giving y'all the warm up. You feel me? We got two more master classes. That's different. It's new news that y'all never heard before. I'm just giving y'all a preview for class. You feel me? I'm Central Time. I'm Central Time, 11:30 Central. All right, I'm Central Time. You said not in the school app. Nah, this one not gonna be in the school app. Not this one. We're gonna be in the school app soon. The best master classes. Y'all could be on Zoom calls though on the school app, and y'all could talk to me on the school app. Y'all can see my face on the school app. Y'all ready for this though? Let's get it. All right. This is why we come back after silence and what actually triggers a hoover. Okay. See, most people believe narcissists come back because they miss you. No. Okay. This is almost never the reason. Okay. That is almost never the reason. Okay. You said show my face. I always show my face. I showed my face 3 days ago. I'm not showing my face today because I need y'all to hear this. Everything I say today, I need y'all to hear, okay? I got something to say. Like I said, y'all, this is chapter 7. Why we come back after silence and what actually triggers you. You feel me? Most people believe narcissists come back because they miss you. This is almost never the reason, okay? We come back when something inside us destabilizes, not when love returns, okay? I'm going to say that again. We come back when something destabilizes us, not when love returns, okay? Let me explain what actually triggers hoovers from the inside, okay? See, narcissist does not experience absence the way healthy people do. Silence does not automatically equal loss, okay? At first, silence feels like relief. No accountability, no emotional labor, no reflection, okay? We tell ourselves we are fine. Sometimes even better. This is why early no contact often looks like we moved on quickly, you hear me? But that is not because we heal, y'all. It is because we are running on stored regulation, y'all. We running on exactly Black Sheep. We running on stored regulation. Think of it like this, y'all. Look, as long as our internal image of ourselves stays intact, we feel stable. That image is supported by supply, attention, admiration, validation, or even conflict. Once that image starts to crack, we look for repair. And this is where Hoover actually comes from, y'all. The trigger is not you. The trigger is ego destabilization. This can happen in many ways. A new supply does not regulate us the way you did. We feel unseen, misunderstood, or unmirrored. Life stress exposed our lack of internal structure. We fail at something publicly or privately. Someone challenges our narrative. We feel insignificant. We feel ignored. Or we feel replaceable. See, the moment our internal system starts to wobble, the mind searches for a familiar stabilizer. Okay? This is when you come back into focus. You feel me? Not as a person, as a function. We do not think I missed them. We think I felt grounded when they were around. See, this is an important difference. That's an important difference, okay? Hoovers are not about reconnection, y'all. They're about self repair. This is why Hoovers feel confusing. They can sound sincere. They can sound accountable. They can sound like vulnerable. They can sound emotional. They can sound spiritual. They can sound mature. But the timing always tells the truth. Notice this: the Hoover almost always comes when you are calmer, when you are quieter, when you are less reactive, when you are emotionally distant, when you are focused on yourself. That is not a coincidence. Your absence becomes noticeable when your regulation is no longer accessible. And here's the part people rarely understand. See, Hoovers are not attempts to restart the relationship as it was. They're attempts to test assets to come finish you off. We just say enough to see if you will respond emotionally, if you explain, if you defend, if you soften, if you reassure, if you reopen. That emotional movement tells us the door is still unlocked. Once we confirm access, the behavior usually shifts, okay? Consistency drops, effort fades, and old patterns return, okay? Because the goal is not intimacy, the goal is relief, okay? Listen, y'all. This is the most important part of this chapter. If you respond with neutrality, clarity, or non emotional boundaries, the Hoover often collapses. Not because we do not care, but because the strategy no longer works. This is when you see one or two responses, y'all: withdrawal and disappearance, or escalation. Okay? Anger, guilt, victimhood, smear, blame, cruelty. Why? Because failed Hoovers expose helplessness, and narcissists do not tolerate helplessness. So the narrative flips. You know what I'm saying? You become cold. You become heartless. You become the problem. You become ungrateful. This protects the ego from facing the truth. That's the old tools that no longer work. Here's what I need you to understand deeply, y'all, okay? A Hoover does not mean you matter. It means you were effective, okay? It means you were regulating. And the moment you stop regulating us emotionally, the Hoover loses power. You get what I'm saying? This is what real detachment begins. This is when it begins, okay? In the next chapter, the final one, I'm going to explain the most important piece of all: what actually happens inside a narcissist when you fully detach, and why your indifference is the only true exit. Okay? Y'all want this one? Chapter 8. Put a Christmas tree. Every time I beat it up, you moan. Mm-hmm. Tell them Nick. Mm-hmm. Y'all ready for this? Elizabeth, I love you too. Why you coming at me, girl? You follow me and everything. Like, damn, I'm a narcissist? Y'all ready, y'all? Let's get it. I'm trying to heal, you feel me? Y'all gotta give a nigga a break. Y'all don't think what I'm doing is good? What y'all want me to go back to hurting people? Or y'all want me to, what y'all rather be doing this? Or what y'all rather be doing? Helping people or hurting people? What y'all want me to do? I can't do nothing. Like, god damn. What you want me to do, Elizabeth? What you want me to do? I'm gonna do what you want now, man. What makes you feel like I'm a good, what you want me to do? God damn. Like, what you want me to do? You want me to go back to hurting people? You want me to go back to the old me? Let's lock in though, okay? This chapter 8, y'all. Look, what happens inside us when you fully detach, and why indifference is the only real exit, y'all. No cap, y'all. Listen, this is the part most people never get to understand, okay? Because by the time it happens, you are usually gone. You get what I'm saying? When you fully detach from a narcissist, something very specific happens inside of us, okay? And no, it's not regret in the way you imagine it, y'all. It's not love returning. It's not sudden insight. It is exposure, okay? Y'all hear me? Let me explain, y'all. As long as you are emotionally responsive, even in pain, anger, or longing, we still feel oriented. We know where we stand. We know how to pull. We know how to provoke. We know how to regulate. You know what I'm saying? Your reactions gives us shape. But when you fully detach fully, something unsettling happens. There is no emotional signal coming back. No charge. No pull. No feedback. You feel me? No narrative, okay? And for a narcissistic nervous system, that feels like falling through space, you hear me? Because here's the truth. Narcissists do not have a stable internal self the way healthy people do. We stabilize through external reflection. When you are gone emotionally, the reflection disappears. And what are left with is not peace. You hear me? What we left with is not peace. Okay? Y'all gotta understand. It is emptiness. Okay? That emptiness brings sensations. Like it brings up sensations we spend our entire life avoiding. Shame, insignificance, dependency, lack, fear of being nothing without an audience, okay? This is why indifference is not just effective, it is intolerable, you hear me? You are no longer opposing us. You are no longer explaining. You are no longer defending. You are no longer reacting. You are not fighting. And you are not forgiving. You feel me? Like you are simply unavailable. And unavailability removes function. You feel me? You feel me? Listen. This is what the system breaks. Some narcissists respond by trying to regain control. Some respond by smearing. Some respond by rewriting history. Some respond by attaching to new source immediately. Some respond by collapsing inward, okay? But all of those responses come from the same place, y'all. Loss of regulation. So here's the part I need y'all to really hear, okay? When you detach fully, we do not suddenly see the truth. We feel it. We feel the absence of something that was holding us together. And because we do not have the tools to self-regulate, that absence feels threatening. This is why you may not get closure. You may never get closure, okay? This is why apologies feel empty or delayed. This is why accountability feels shallow or performative. Not because you are not important, though. It's but because your detachment removed the last illusion. You feel me? That illusion, like the illusion was that we were self-efficient. Now let me bring this back to you. See, your indifference is not cruelty. It is not avoidance. It is not punishment. It's self-restoration. You hear me? Self-restoration. It is you choosing to stop participating in a system that requires you to abandon yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you detach, you stop feeding the internalized versions. You stop replaying unfinished loops. You stop seeking understanding from someone who benefited from your confusion. You begin to reorient around your perception again, okay? That process feels quiet, y'all. It feels empty at first. It feels strange because intensity trains your nervous system to equate chaos with connection, okay? Peace feels unfamiliar until your body catches up. This is why healing takes time. Not because you are broken, but because you are recalibrating away from a system that rewired you, okay? Now, this is where I want to transition. Everything I gave you tonight is recognition. Recognition is powerful, but recognition alone does not rewrite a nervous system. Okay, structure does. And in the masterclass starting I told y'all we got one starting in about an hour, y'all. I'm breaking this down step by step. Not what just happened, but how to undo it without becoming bitter, guarded, or numb. We're going to talk about how to exit the internalized narcissist, how to stop the replay the loops, how to build identity after fragmentation, how to regulate yourself without needed intensity, how to choose peace without losing your edge. This is not motivation, y'all. This is mechanics. If this live helped you name what you could not explain, the masterclass is where we dismantle it properly. Okay? Stay grounded, stay present, and remember this. You were never weak. You were conditioned. And conditioning can be undone. I will see the ones who are ready in the masterclass, alright? I'm going to see y'all. We got two of them. Be there. Check my page. 11:30 Central Time. Come learn. Alright?